Karen here. I work for NCBI's Children and Young Persons team. Today I'm going to be talking about home and personal care skills, dressing skills for early years. I'd like to start with the benefits of independent dressing. From a young age, you'll notice your child beginning to get involved in the dressing process, whether it's a baby holding out their foot to have a shoe removed or a toddler taking off an unbuttoned top. Dressing independently creates a sense of achievement and pride. Involving children in the process from a young age fosters a sense of autonomy and feeling in control. On this slide there's a picture of a toddler trying to take off a pink shoe. And now to move on to some specific challenges for children with vision impairments. Children with vision impairments may need more encouragement to be involved in the dressing process. Some dressing tasks will be more challenging for children with vision impairments. For example, determining the front and back of clothing. The tasks may take longer to teach as your child will be relying on the physical guidance and your audio descriptions. But really the earlier you start, the better. On this slide there is a picture of a little boy trying to put on some coloured socks. So now for some specific support strategies. Organisation is key. Keeping your child's clothes in the same place supports your child to keep track of their belongings. During this time where you and your children are at home and you're not going anywhere, it might be a nice time for your child to pick out their own outfits and explore their clothes. They can select different combinations of clothes and see how they feel, explore their style and express themselves. And it doesn't matter if they don't match or how they look, because as I said, it's a time where you're in the house. The next one is to discuss appropriate clothing with your child. Explain to them how context, so for example going to a party or school, and weather, rain, sun, will impact on their choices. Be consistent with the language you use when supporting your child to dress and undress. Support your child in new dressing tasks standing behind them. This will feel more natural to your child and is a similar feeling to them doing the tasks themselves. Begin with encouraging undressing, as this is a much easier skill than dressing. When moving on to dressing, begin with easy to put on clothes, so clothes that are loose fitting or have elasticated waists. Choose clothing that have obvious fronts and backs, and explain to your child how they know which is the front and which is the back. So for example, the label goes at the back, the pockets go at the front. Try to choose clothes with zips rather than buttons. If clothing does have buttons, choose ones with large buttons. Pick a time when your child is alert and awake and you have the time to practice, because you want this to be as positive experience as possible. On this slide there's a cartoon of a boy putting on a t-shirt and a girl dressed in a hat and high heels. So where do you start? Meet your child where they are. It may be encouraging them to put their arms through a sleeve or their legs into trousers. Start involving them in small ways throughout the dressing routine and move on to more complex skills as they are ready. When your child is learning a new dressing skill, you could try backward chaining. Backward chaining means that the adult provides assistance throughout several steps until the child can complete the last steps independently. So for example, if you help your child hold a shirt, you put one arm through, put overhead and put the other arm through, then your child completes the last step of independently pulling the shirt down. Continue this process by advancing to the child completing the last 2 steps, then the last 3 steps, until your child is independently putting on the top. Independent dressing takes a combination of gross and fine motor skills. Some tasks may be more challenging for your child. If your child is finding a particular task difficult, let us know and we can provide specific support. I'm going to go through a specific example now of putting on trousers. So some things to consider when you're helping a child learn to put on trousers is, before you begin, guide your child to feel and identify all the different parts of trousers. The waist, legs, back, front, opening, label, tag and seams. Discuss and demonstrate how it feels when the trousers are on the wrong way. And other things you can practice are, have a child with a teddy sitting on them, facing away from them, and get them to practice putting on trousers on the teddy or the doll, and encourage dressing up in fancy dress clothes or mum and dad's clothes, and clothes that are too big for them will help as well. So on this slide there are step-by-step visual directions to teach children how to dress. So the steps broken down in putting on trousers are: number 1, hold the pants by the waist. Number 2, bend right knee and put leg into pant hole. Number 3, bend left knee and put leg into pant hole. Number 4, pull pants up and over knees. Number 5, lay on back, lift hips, pull up pants. And number 6, stand up and pull up pants to waist. You can use whatever vocabulary you want, but when you pick your words, it is important to try and stick to those ones. Information for this presentation was adapted from Vision Australia's curriculum Do It Yourself, Encouraging Independence in Children Who Are Blind, www.ornib.org, and www.yourtherapysource.com. Many thanks for listening. Our Children and Young Persons team are available for further information and support and can be contacted on our helpline. The helpline is 1850 33 4353. You can also look up NCBI at www.ncbi.ie.